Hello and welcome back to the Grandmasters League with me, ZeroEmpires, and we are back after a weekend of being away, unfortunately. I had some unforeseen stuff and I will tell you about that shortly, but we've actually got Dogao and Tim in the first set of the week, which is pretty darn cool. We'll see how this one goes, and we'll see who we've actually got playing. So in red we do have RVK Dogao playing as Aztecs over to the sort of right of the map, and up to the top is green CKF Tim playing as Aztecs as well. So an Aztec war, and the map is Arena, chosen by Tim also. So Tim's home map to be played first, and he's chosen Arena, which is interesting, and from now on we should start to see some different and more interesting maps, I should hope, because we do have to bear in mind that the map pool is limited and the most popular maps are going to have been chosen first. But towards the end of the tournament we'll start to see things like what will we see? We'll see things like Oasis, more maybe Arena, things like that, which always adds a little bit of flavour to the tournament. So that should be something to watch out for in the coming weeks, and perhaps even this week we'll start to see some more interesting stuff, which is quite exciting. So we've got Dogao versus Tim. Tim so far not doing so well. So far he's not won any games, which is kind of unfortunate for him, and that puts him in the last place with 0 points. 2 played, 2 lost, 2 sets that is. So Tim not off to the best of starts in this tournament. Dogao on the other hand, fairly reasonable. I think he's currently in 3rd or 2nd place actually, with 2 games played, 1 won and 1 drawn, leaving him on 4 points. So he's quite far ahead of Tim at this stage, and we've got to bear in mind as well, Dogao managed to beat Chris, and Tim lost to Chris. So you would assume then that Dogao is going to be in a pretty good situation and probably the favourite to win. We'll keep our eye out on this game and see how it actually goes with that in mind. But I want to explain why I've been away for the weekend and why I've not made any videos. I said at the last video that I did, in the last GML video, that I was going to upload some teaching a noob at the weekend and such. Well, I made a massive error, because I was supposed to go to my friend's 21st birthday party, and we were all dressing up as something beginning with the first letter of our name. So for me, obviously, my name being Zach, I had to choose something beginning with Z to dress up as. So I chose to dress up as Zeus. So yeah, that's all well and good. I ordered my costume and I ended up sending it to my home address rather than my university address, which did mean that I have to travel 3 hours there and back on a train, followed by multiple buses and such, just to go and pick up my costume, which basically took me the whole of Friday and Saturday to get there and back. And then Saturday night was my friend's 21st birthday, so we were dressed up, and I was there in my all godliness, my Zeusiness, if you can call it that, and yeah, so I didn't get a chance to make any videos. And Sunday, yeah, you wouldn't want to see me on Sunday. It was bad. So no videos on Sunday either, unfortunately. But we have got Monday to Thursday this week with jam-packed full of that didn't make any sense, but jam-packed full of GML games, which is always good. And yeah, we'll see how this one goes. So Dogao going to lure his second ball now, and he's going to go and block that gate open with his scout, so he doesn't have to delete a wall piece, and it's all good. And I've not really seen many Aztec wars on what would you call this? Arena. I forgot the name of the map. Not seen many Aztec wars on Arena, to be honest with you. So I'm not really sure what to expect from this game. It could be interesting. Tim's starting to lure his deer in. His deer. You can tell I've been away for a couple of days. He's luring his deer in with his scout, and Dogao, unfortunately, with his deer on the outside of the wall, is going to make it a little bit awkward for him to lure them. So Tim off to a pretty good start, actually, with that extra deer in there. And I don't think these players play much Arena, and we've seen quite a few Arena games before with the people such as Terra, Wacko, and various other people, and they usually have a distinct style about them. But whether or not we'll see that today is a different story, because obviously these guys aren't the Arena players that we're used to seeing. They are the guys who play Arabia and that sort of stuff. So I'm sure they've got strategies in their minds of what they want to do, but it's probably going to be a little bit different to what we might be expecting. So it's going to be an interesting game for that at the very least, just to see exactly how they play it. Bear in mind we've got Aztecs here, so ho, nice one dogao, nice one, using his sheep there to open the gate for him and then luring the deer in with his eagle warrior. You don't get much more pro than that. Yeah, that was really impressive actually, and he's going to go lure that back, and he really can't afford to lose any food here because Tim has had the deer luring opportunity inside of his base, and that's going to put Tim slightly in the lead. If we have a look at their food counts, there we go, Tim with a good 100 food lead at this stage in the game, and food quite an important resource to any civilization because as we can probably well imagine, this being arena, we'll see a fast castle followed by some TCs, and then we'll see what they decide to do from there. Likely to go infantry, as Aztecs are an infantry civilization. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll see fast castles from both of them, I imagine. Tim nearly up to 800 food now. He's still got 3 sheep left, and he's already finished deer, a few farms there as well. So we should be able to get up to the food in time. 3 villagers to gold. We'll see a market and a blacksmith from him, no doubt. Same for dogao as well. He's luring his deer in, which is really important that he does that, as he's going to want to get that extra bit of food income. As you can see, he's slightly further behind Tim in this situation, and he doesn't really want to get left behind, so he is going to lure these deer in and continue to do that until he goes up to the castle age. We'll see that very shortly. There's the blacksmith and the market, so nearly up to the 800 food mark. He's going to be a little bit delayed here, and I think Tim's going to be up first. He's got the resources he needs, he's got the 2 buildings he needs, there they are, and he will be castle in 12.5 minutes. Dogao going to be a little bit slower, he just needs to get this little bit of food from this deer here, and he's up just about 15 seconds later, so no real big difference in them at the moment. But what they're going to do next is going to be interesting. Dogao just luring his final deer in, so they really are neck and neck, although Dogao has interestingly quite a low score, which is curious, as I can't really see why. They both lured the same amount of deer, they both took the same amount of boar, and as far as I can see, they're both doing pretty decent on their ecos. Wood micro, it's fine, things like that. We'll see how it goes. Barrack's going up for dog, and we could see him go for a quick bust of the walls. It could be possible that he goes for a mangonel or a ram even to get the wall down. That could be pretty effective, but he's going to go with the barracks here, and I don't know if that's going to indicate eagle warriors or if he's going to go and do something else. No villagers collecting stone just yet. He's got stone at the back here, but no one collecting that. Tim, no stone income either, so we're not going to see a castle drop suddenly as soon as we reach castle age. Sometimes when you watch these arena players, they'll go straight with the castle drop and then go pretty much all in, no eco mode. I doubt we're going to be seeing that today. Dog and Tim are likely to be going for a macro game as well. Going to be adding on those TCs as really, well, I'm pretty sure they'll do that as fast as they can. But at the same time, they're going to want to take the middle. Obviously, relics are always collected in arena, and I don't think I've seen any arena games where the relics haven't been collected. So we'll probably see a monastery from both of them as well at some point, and they will be going for a few monks. Aztecs have decent monks, so they've got nothing to lose in doing so. There's actually a monastery from Tim right now, and a couple of eagle warriors coming out as well, so it looks like they're going to try and secure the center area with a few eagle warriors. Same for dog, and any upgrades are coming out on them. I doubt there will be any upgrades for a while. +3 attack at the moment, but that's, yeah, that's to be expected. Tim now coming out as well with his, and we'll see exactly what goes down in the center. As these relics won't be in the middle for long, I imagine. See that the scouting's like, they both have a very good idea of what the centre of the map looks like, both of them fully exploring it, and that's going to be useful in the late game when it comes to actually securing areas of the map, such as knowing this gold is here, knowing this gold is here, and we'll keep an eye on that one. And Tim coming in now with a monk, getting it a conversion on dogao there. Dogao going to lose that eagle warrior, and he's not going to stick around for too long, as he's outnumbered 2-1 there, and the monk is involved as well. Oh, nice little pick on the monk there. Worth it, because a monk does cost 100 gold, and of course 100 gold for the sake of converting 1 eagle warrior, which is 20 food and 50 gold. Losing the monk there did cost Tim a little bit. Dogao, I can hear collecting up relics already. Not really sure what happened there. I heard him collect a relic up, but I can't see where that relic actually is. Ah, never mind, that's Tim. We heard Tim collect the relic. He is going to go and bring that one back, see how many more he can find. But at the moment, just scuffling in the centre with the Eagle Warriors. No upgrades for either of them. They're not really going to be getting any upgrades for a little bit, I don't think, because they're going to be wanting to get numbers, quantity over quality at the moment. And then later on, we'll see the upgrades coming in as they transition into the Imperial Age. I don't really know what build they're going to go for here though. Aztecs, what could they do? Well, a couple of castles would be great. A castle bust on the walls would be great. But Eagle Warriors, if they make a lot of Eagle Warriors, that's counterable by Jaguar Warriors. So we could see Jaguar Warriors a bit later on if they continue to go heavy into Eagles like this. That could be interesting. But as far as archers are concerned, well, against Eagle Warriors there's no real need or use in making archers. So we probably won't see any archery ranges either. Perhaps a few more monks coming out, try and get some conversions. And I'm surprised we've not really seen much siege yet. But then again, Aztecs Eagle Warriors, they have quite a lot of maneuverability, and they can take out mangonels, for instance, very quickly, as well as rams as well. So we'll see how that one goes. Both of them starting to work on their economies now. It looks like Dog's about to, there we go and build his second TC. What's Tim doing? Has he already got multiple TCs up? Yes, he has. He's already got 2 up and no third just yet. He's actually spent a little bit of stone here on this gate that he added in a little bit earlier on. So no set third TC for him just yet. He's going to need a little bit of stone to do so. Starting to gather that now, I think, and once he's got a little bit more, he'll be able to make his third TC. So Dog could get his third TC up sooner and really work on that. And macro is quite important. The economy is quite important in arena. Because obviously you don't want to fall behind of your opponent. You've got all of this area that is safe to use. You may as well really get a strong economy going and use that to your advantage. So really not a lot going on at the moment. Monks healing, Jaguar Eagle Warriors up even, and chilling in their bases for the time being. Third TC for Tim right now, and I think Dog still on 2 for the time being as well. Thought maybe he'd have had his third up by now. Looks like he's going to move over here. Maybe put one up on this side. I don't know why he would have moved wood collectors around if he's not going to put another TC up. We'll keep an eye on that one. There we go, TC right there. And another scuffle in the middle. Upgrades wise, it's still on 0 upgrades for both. And I can imagine we'll see that for a while now. But I can't help but notice that dogao has a hell of a lot of Eagle Warriors compared to Tim. And in fact, I don't think Tim's got any army right now. I think he's purely just focusing on keeping inside of his walls. You could see a fast Imperial from him. Let's have a look. Military, absolutely nothing. Dog, on the other hand, he has got 22 Eagle Warriors in the centre of the map here, and he did just clear up Tim's army, so maybe he's feeling a little bit confident, sending out a couple of villagers down this side. Could be going for a forward siege workshop perhaps, and try and ram down the walls. Could be good if he gets into Tim's base and raids quite heavily. You could do quite a lot of damage. You're just going to have to bust those walls pretty quickly though. And Dog at the moment doesn't have enough for a castle. Tim doesn't have enough for a castle, but wow, how much gold has Tim got? He's gone absolutely nuts on the gold there, spending that or buying stuff at the market. Just checking his blacksmith to see what upgrades he's going for. He's probably got his wood upgrade already. He's probably got most of the upgrades he needs already. And there we go. I think he just bought himself a castle. He must have done. I'm sure he just bought himself a castle there. Spent that gold, bought the stone, and he's building a castle right here on the walls. So he's going to be keeping himself safe for the time being on this side. This side potentially could be broken or busted. We'll see how that one goes. But Tim getting this castle up now, we could see some Jaguar Warriors from him, because he actually has no military at the moment. And whilst dogao's outside of his walls, he's not really a big threat. He's just going to keep up inside of his base and work on his economy. Of course, this style of play works quite well for Tim, because Tim is quite known for walling himself in, and I think this is probably why he chose Arena, feeling pretty confident here indeed. And Tim going to go and build a second gate now. Make sure Dog is not getting in anytime soon. The castle goes up, and we will see some Jaguar Warriors coming out from him as Tim goes up to the Imperial Age as well. So certainly not bad from him at all. dogao quite away from Imperial at the moment. A lot of gold though, and he just needs a little bit more food and he can go Imperial too. 3 TCs for both of them right now. And it looks like Tim's going pretty strong, to be honest. Really, no army, but he's going up to Imperial Age, and he's starting to make some Jaguar Warriors, which could work out pretty well. As you can see, they have melee armor, which Eagle Warriors do not have. They also have plus 10 attack, which Eagle Warriors simply don't have. And they have, at the moment, they have the same amount of HP. Look at this, dogao getting in. He obviously converted a villager with this monk and managed to get in there, but the villager is going to die and the outpost won't go up with 20 to 18, 12 even. Wow, my maths! 12 HP away from being completed, and dogao unable to get any scouting information on Tim right there. He really has no idea what Tim has got behind these walls, and that's what I think makes Arena very interesting. You're unable to scout properly, and that does result in not being able to know exactly what your opponent's doing. Excuse me, but it looks like Tim now going to reach Imperial Age very shortly. Dog still not upgrading yet. He will be in just a moment. But there we go. They're starting to ram those walls down now, and Tim making another castle. He's either gathered a lot of stone or he's just gone nuts and bought another castle. But wow, he's got so much gold, and I'm starting to wonder where the hell he's got all this gold from. He obviously had a lot of gold collectors down here, but he's really soaking that gold up very quickly. A lot of stone collectors as well. Looks like he's going to go pretty heavy into castles here. And he's starting to pump out those Jaguar Warriors. You could see Elite Jaguar Warrior pretty quickly actually at this rate. Upgrades at the blacksmith, well, nothing just yet. These are still unupgraded. Oh no, he has got the defensive upgrade for them, but he still needs more. There's plate mail armor, we'll see that very shortly. And in comes Dog with his ram. Looks to me like he's broke through those walls, and Dog's going to run straight in, but he's going to be met with Jaguar Warriors. This could be very horrible for the Eagle Warriors over here, and they are going to want to stay away. There's not really a lot Dog's going to be able to do here. He's got himself in with the ram. He might be able to take out a few houses, but as far as engaging Tim is concerned, Dog is going to have a real trouble on his hands. He's not going to be able to kill the Jaguar Warriors at all. More upgrades for the Jaguar Warriors are on the way. Forging just being done right now. No elite just yet. We'll keep our eye out for that. And now Dog just with 2 castles of his own. He knows that Tim's got 2, and he's going to have to get 2 of his own as well to start meeting demand and making the Jaguar Warriors. He's obviously not going to be able to make any more Eagle Warriors now. He can't take that risk, and he's starting to upgrade as well. So looks like we're going to see Jaguar Warriors from both of them, which is going to be fairly interesting. Could work out. But when they're making the same army, it usually just comes to who's got the better eco, who can pump out the most men, and who can have the best army control. So we will see how that one goes, and looks like Dog has more relics, at any rate. Yeah, he's got himself 3 relics in there. And Tim coming out with another castle. It looks like Tim's just going to be spamming the castles everywhere. He's still got enough for another as well. It looks to me like Dog here is going to be up against a little bit of a tough time. Tim already into the Imperial Age way before him, and now with a lot of Jaguar Warriors out, he can start to really push out and build castles all over the map. If he can gain map control as well, he's going to be able to secure these golds on the side, which is going to help him massively. So it's looking pretty good for Tim, I've got to say. Dog, though, he is starting to make some Jaguar Warriors of his own. He is now Imperial, so we're going to see more upgrades at the blacksmith, wherever it is. There's forging, and more castles going up as well, but I can't help but think this is very defensive. Getting very defensive inside of his walls, not really pushing out to try and take these golds on the side. No castle here, for instance. And Tim now starting to move out with these villagers. See what he can actually do. Pardon me, I'm still yawning. I'm not caught up on sleep at all, and I think he's going to go move out towards this gold and try and secure this, which is a nice little move to make. Dog with an outpost there. These Eagle Warriors absolutely useless right now unless he manages to raid, but I can't see himself getting in through Tim's walls anytime soon. So it's going to be Jaguar Warriors on Jaguar Warriors, and maybe some castles and stuff thrown in for good measure, some trebuchets as well. Elite Jaguar Warrior for Dog right there. Elite Jaguar Warrior not done for Tim just yet. Looks like Jaguar Warriors. It looks like Dog is actually getting slightly further ahead here. Conscription and Elite Jaguar Warrior from both of them being upgraded at the same time. But Dog starting to just about get these upgrades on the Jaguar Warriors in time. Looks like they've got exactly the same. No, the Dog's missing a couple of upgrades on the defense. We'll see that very shortly, I imagine, before he engages. Ideally, plate mail armor right there being researched, and look at this. Dog's going to be able to not kill any of those Jaguar warriors at all. These elite Jaguar warriors absolutely going to cut through these guys with 5 melee armor. They do so much. They have so much defense against Eagle warriors, and an extra 25 HP as well. Looks like these Eagle warriors are actually going to get cut down eventually. Just waiting for Tim to catch them up, and there we go. He's going to turn around, and look how fast they all died. Absolutely getting cut to bits. I don't think Tim has lost any Jaguar warriors at all here, which is something, I've got to say. Managing to kill off an entire army without any casualties whatsoever. They are just so good. And in comes Dog's elite Jaguar warriors. They're pretty much neck and neck for upgrades. Tim with an extra 1 attack, so he's got a slight upgrade advantage here. The Dog now pushing out on the right, starting to build a castle as well. And it looks to me like he's just going to rally around, try and get his army count up. Population 145 for Tim, Dog on 132. He did just lose a lot of Eagle warriors, so that probably didn't help. And now Tim moving out with the Trebuchet as well, waiting to see when we'll see Garland Wars, bringing them up to a total of 20 attack. Jaguar warriors can be very formidable, but I don't think either of them have enough food at the moment to make Garland Wars. Garland Wars, of course, going to bring them up to plus 10 eventually, I think, or plus 8 at the very least. Plus 8, yeah, gives them a huge advantage. Or plus 10. Yeah, I think it's plus 10. I can't remember. We'll have to wait and see. I imagine we will see Garland Wars from them at some point. And the moment, exactly neck and neck for upgrades. Let's see how this one goes. Completely just patrolling backwards and forwards. Really not a lot going on. And now Tim moving forwards with this Trebuchet, looking to take down the castles from dogao. Of course, Tim with a hell of a lot of castles now. And with conscription as well. Going to be able to keep pumping these guys out at a pretty significant rate. Food getting really low, but so much gold for Tim, like 4.5k gold, whereas Dog is only on 1,000 right now. He really is starting to fall behind, it seems, and Tim seems to be leading this game. We'll see how it goes anyway. Dog's forced to do something here and engage Tim's Jaguar warriors, because the castle's starting to go down from this Trebuchet, trying to take out Tim's castles as well. I've got to say, it looks like Tim does have the most castles, so Tim could easily replenish his numbers, I think, and with that much gold as well, he can continue to make Jaguar warriors all day long. There's plus 8 attack. That's a lot of attack, and of course dogao engaging with plus 6, so theoretically Tim should win this. He just needs to push out and do some big damage. There's plus 8 for dogao as well. Neck and neck for upgrades once again, and plus 20 attack on these guys. So strong. We'll see how it goes. He might just be able to take out this castle, actually. Trebuchet fire continuing to come in. It looks like... Oh, what is he doing there? He's just throwing his guys away. Oh, no, what's he going to do? He's going to go out and move towards the castle, but then in comes Tim from behind, aims for the trebuchets. It looks like this castle could just stay up. It's on 300 HP and gaining quite rapidly as these villagers are repairing it fairly quickly. This Jaguar warrior, being a hero, trying to take it out, and look at that, so many dead bodies on the floor as Doug comes in. It looks like he's going to attack the castle with his Jaguar warriors. He's like, balls to it, I'll just attack it with the Jaguar warriors, I'll take this castle down. And obviously at this stage of the game, it's very important to keep the castles alive, or standing even, because Jaguar warriors are so important. Without Jaguar warriors, the game would be over. So keeping the castles up, really important. Making more castles than your opponent, more important. And just Tim with so much gold. I just can't get over how much gold he's got. He's getting this gold down here. He's walled himself in a bit, starting to gather that one up. This gold is all but gone. The other gold already gone inside of his base. So Tim with so much gold, going to be able to pump out these Jaguar warriors all day long. And Dog is starting to fall behind massively, it seems. Losing this trebuchet here. Nope, just managing to escape. But in comes these villagers, and they're going to have to be very careful, because Tim's got a lot of Jaguar warriors hanging around, and he's got a lot on the field. It looks actually like Dog has more at the moment, but he can replenish them so quickly. He's got so much gold, and I think I've got a feeling Dog's going to run out of gold here if he's not careful. Preparing this trebuchet up, trying to take out the castles from Tim. It's so important that he does that. He's going to want to be able to prevent Tim from making so many military units. Looks like Tim's going to come straight in and aim for the trebuchet. He's not bothered about the Jaguar warriors at all, aiming for the trebuchet, and wow, I thought he'd go straight for the treb there, but he didn't. Looks like he's just about to take it down now. With 20 attack, it really doesn't take that long, and it looks to me like Tim has the numbers advantage once again, healing his army up with these monks and doing what he can to keep his army alive. Looks like Dog's starting to run out of food though. 133 population for him, Tim on 162, but still 5k food, 5k gold even in the bank, and 1,000 food as well. So much gold for Tim, and gathering from both of the golds at the side. Oh, actually nice. Dog just clearing this one up, but Tim still doing a really good job here. So much gold, so much food. Gonna be able to produce Jaguar warriors all day long. You could even add some archers in if he wants to. They've only got +4 pierce armor, so a couple of archers could work, but for the time being, just continuing to spam the Jaguar warriors, and there's the GG from Dog. He's run out of resources. He's unable to take gold. He knows that Tim's got control of the golds on the left and the right, and ultimately he knows that if it went on much longer, he wouldn't have been able to win it. Of course, he didn't know that Tim had 5k gold, and if he did know, maybe he would have resigned sooner. So Tim doing a great game there, really his first win of the tournament, so pretty good from him. Led the game. I think he was kind of one step ahead the whole time. Great feudal age and great dark age, leading into a great castle age, and then a very fast imperial as well. So thanks for watching, guys. This is game 1 of the GML for round 3. I will bring you game 2 between these two guys very shortly, where it will be Dogao's home map. We'll see how that one goes for him, so stay tuned and I will see you next time.